Mercury and Leo for all zodiac signs. So clearly, this is taking the center stage. You got the stage. Go ahead. Show your ass. But don't show too much of your ass. We ain't trying to basically be discovering all the bacteria and all the bullshit and all the demonic, narcissistic expressions that you're basically willing to basically push forward into the crowd. Save that elephant shit on the stage for yourself. Because when you fail, that's all up to you. You're going to be the laughing stock. You're going to be the one that's basically being exposed. You're the one that's going to basically be put on Front Street. So basically, watch and be careful of what's coming out your lips and how you're expressing yourself. Because you may be very impulsive when it comes to your thinking and analyzing the communication. Of course, directing your energy towards people, that it'll put you in a position, in a circumstance, situation that your mentality is clouded. For me, fire and air don't really kind of like mix unless it's a purpose. And of course, that purpose will create that sextile, that opportunities. And of course, if opportunities is met with resistance, there's going to be a circumstance and a scenario that 360 circumference is going to have you looking very shaky, baby. And of course, it's going to put you in a circumstance situation where you should have thought before speaking. So with this Mercury and Leo energies, everybody's ways of thinking and communicating is in a very dramatic perception. Everybody's going to basically be expressing themselves with passions, motivations, dedications. And of course, this is a time to basically take the stage. Truly express yourself in the ways where you're not appreciated or appreciating things that's going in that favor. So if you may not be appreciating certain conversations may basically be right to the point. Conversations can basically be arrogant, very egotistical at this moment. Everybody can be very argumentative. Of course, baby mama drama can basically pop back up too. A whole lot of drama gonna be going on with this Mercury and Leo energies. And it's in a 2-degree decon. So when it gets to the 3rd degree, you're gonna really see the life, actually the death of it. Because birth will be 1, life will be 2nd, and of course, the death will be the 3rd, where you experiencing this shit in your surroundings. So of course, Mercury and Leo is gonna take place in your surroundings. So pretty much, this is gonna be a circumstance situation where you have to be very aware and very open, because a lot of people are going to be very childish. A whole lot of people, places, and things going to be out there expressing themselves on what's on their mind. So be very careful of who you're telling your information to, because if the word is basically being implanted in fire can't contain. Fire don't want to hold shit, so it's going to be pushed out. It's going to, that lion going to roar. So your mentality is going to be very raw at this point. Now, we're about to basically get into these energies. And we're going to basically break down what's happening to your signs, where you have Mercury at in your signs, how it's going to affect you, and of course, how it's going to affect your position if you have a Mercury in another sign. So let's start with the first house. So if you have Mercury and Leo in the first house, this is thinking dramatically about your personality and your personal affairs and your personal virtues, how you're expressing these things. So, of course, with this positioning right here, you're going to be thinking about yourself. You're going to be thinking selfishly. And, of course, you may be aware of how it comes off to other people, or how other people basically may take these things. Put yourself in a position of nobody cares about what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. So how you're expressing yourself in a personal, selfish manner is going to basically dictate these areas. So if you just basically out here just lollygagging and preaching and teaching, then it's going to put you in a position of, okay, he's preaching and teaching, but how is this going to help others or other individuals? So that's going to basically play out that perspective. So have a little bit of faith when you're expressing yourself, because you can have a whole lot of fire in this position right here. Feel me? And also, Leo is exalted in the first house, so you may be going to the extremes when it comes to meanings and preachings and teachings of your personality and your personal experiences and personal interactions with people, or personal issues, personal dramatic issues. This is how it's going to play out. So if you also have an Aries sun, moon, ascendant, we're going to put it like that. You're going to have the red carpet to walk on and express yourself in all gifted areas. Now, if you have Mercury and Leo in the 2nd house, this is thinking dramatically about your values and you're valuing your virtues. So you're going to be thinking highly about your virtues and how you value these things. You may be basically going into pursuits and cahoots with that. Also, Leo kind of like is an up and down in this house right here. So you may have ups and downs when thinking about the things you value, the food you eat, and of course, your comfortability. So this may be a circumstance situation where you may feel uncomfortable and may feel comfortable to do things at certain times. But this is going to put you in a perspective on having a boss mentality. So how are you going to basically do that? But you're going to have a boss dramatic mentality when it comes to the Mercury and Leo in the second house. Now, if you have Mercury and Leo in the third house, this is thinking dramatically about your friends and your surroundings. So you're going to basically be very childish with your mouth, be very distasteful when expressing yourself and thinking and analyzing about your surroundings when it comes to your friends and personal people, places, and things, the personal affairs that you're basically connected with in this positioning. So try to be very cool right here. Put the cold water on, because you're gonna be very bossy when it comes to your surroundings and dramatic when it comes to your surroundings. So be very careful, and of course try not to step on nobody's toes or basically put people on front street at the moment in your surroundings. Or you may have to basically do that every time, because you may feel the need to basically release how a person is coming at you or how a person is acting towards your manner. So yeah, you may be in these energies. Now, if you have Mercury and Leo in the fourth house, this is basically thinking dramatically about your privacy, your home, your connection, and how you're connecting with family members at this perspective. You could be very emotional in this area, in this perspective. You may be basically getting family members may be stepping on your toes, or you may be stepping on somebody else's family members' toes. But you're going to be very dramatic when it comes to your privacies. You may want your space at this moment, or you may want attention. It's going to be like a lollygaggy situation, because also this house in the Leo is kind of like, feel me? You know, that sun and that moon. You know how the sun and the moon is. The sun wants attention, and the moon wants to feel the need of basically. The moon wants the needness of that love, that nurturing that kid. So you're gonna have you're gonna be basically looking in the mirror with this position in here. Also, oh damn, I even do Taurus. So Taurus is, you're gonna have conflict when it comes to thinking and analyzing about this Mercury and Leo perspective. You're gonna be dealing with some hot fire conflict right now. Mercury and Gemini, you're gonna have opportunities to take your mentalities and of course expand it dramatically. Cancers, you're gonna be seeing the other side of an opposite modality of thinking and analyzing, because you're more loving, nurturing, and caring with the feeling emotions and filling out situations. Mercury and Leo in the fifth house, you're going to be basically thinking dramatically about your creativity, your expressions, and your motivations. So you're going to be thinking dramatically about these things. And of course, you're going to be the one that basically do what you got to do. But of course, you need the stage, you need your own stage, you need your own shit in order for you to feel comfortable. And of course, everything got to go in your favor. And if things don't play out in that perspective, you're going to feel very disguised and dis-ease. Also, this puts you in a position where you need to follow your heart in the way you express yourself. And of course, you might just manifest some real confidential shit in your life. So you just act out on the energies and learn how to harness this Mercury and Leo perspective. Then you could actually have that mentality to play out in your scenarios. Also, this is going to put you in a position where act first, think later. Shoot first, think later. So you're going to be in that dramatic perspective when it comes to your expressions. You're going to be expressing yourself dramatically when it comes to thinking and analyzing. Also, if you have Mercury and Leo in the sixth house, this is thinking dramatically about your work, your health, your routine, and your scheduling. You may basically be thinking dramatically about these things, or trying to see how you can fix things up in your mentality. But this is gonna put you at ease, because you know, if the environment and if the routine is not like good or fun, then you're gonna put yourself in a predicament of being stuck into your own ways. So you may be stuck into your own ways when it comes to the Mercury in the sixth house perspective. So yeah, be very aware of that position. Also, if you got Mercury and Leo, the ball is in your court. If you have Mercury and Virgo, you're gonna be seeing the other side on how you can cater to the drama and opposite modalities. If you have Mercury and Leo in the seventh house, this is thinking dramatically about partnerships and relationships and people that you're relating to. So you're going to put yourself in the shoes of, okay, I need to satisfy this person this way, satisfy that person this way. You're going to be thinking dramatically about these things on how you can satisfy people and put them into a better predicament. Also, the sun falls here. So that means spotlight may not be on you. So you may have to work a little bit more harder, or you feel you may have to work a little bit more harder, even though Venus is in Virgo at the moment. So it's going to play on to the spectrum of lopsided energies. Also, with this position right here, what you need to do, you need to put yourself first, and then you could basically be a cater to how you can help other people in your relatability. But if you're not catering to yourself first, then you're going to have a problem on your hands that you can't deal with. So get that right first, and you'll be all right. Also, if you have Mercury and Leo in the eighth house, this is thinking dramatically about your desires and of course, the behind the scenes. So this is going to put you in a position where you're going to be thinking heavily about dark shit right now. Feel me? Thinking dramatically about these things, or jealousy, or hate, or egotistical, narcissistical perspectives. Get your mind out of that shit. Find out how you could basically transform that shit. And of course, come out here and express your Mercury and Leo 8th house energies. So where this might basically put you in a perspective of where how you can elevate. But try to get your dirty ass mentality out of that dark, deep area, and you'll be alright. Now, also, if you have Mercury and Leo, and Mercury and Leo and Libra, you're gonna have opportunities to take action towards how you connect with people and relate to people. If you have Mercury and Leo and Scorpio, you're going to be basically dealing with maternal conflict, deep maternal conflict when it comes to your ways of thinking and analyzing behind the scenes spectrums. If you have Mercury and Leo in the 9th house, this is thinking dramatically about your experiences and the way you put yourself forward in traveling perspectives. This is going to be a circumstance situation where you are going to be very childlike manner. Of course, you're going to want to be dramatic everywhere you go. Express yourself in a dramatic perspective, or address yourself in a dramatic area. Feel me? You're going to be dramatic everywhere you go. Thinking things in an optimistic dramatic perspective, optimistic dramatic portion. I mean, you may be the one that basically start the fire of the Mercury and Leo to expand it. Feel me? Leo is the light, and of course, with this position in the 9th house, you're going to be expanding that light in dramatic manners. You could be the narcissistic dramatic demon at this perspective. This goes from houses from 1 to 12. Depends on how you basically cater and balance these energies. Now, if you have Mercury and Leo and Sagittarius, this is having the gift to shine light when you think and communicate with others. Also, if you have Mercury and Leo in the 10th house, this is thinking dramatically about your careers, your business, and your goals. You may be basically thinking too hard about this shit. You may not be giving a fuck about drama. You could basically be bringing the drama to your close ones, people that you're working with, and your family matters. Family matters, you may basically be very strict and highly strict with these areas. Try to sit back and relax at this perspective. Feel me? Learn how to just go on a vacation right now. Things may be kind of chaotic in your life, but it ain't gotta be chaotic with other people's life. So you definitely gonna be the narcissistic demon in this perspective. Now, if you have Mercury and Leo and Capricorn, this is basically thinking in a misunderstandable manner, which means modalities right here don't really match. This is thinking opposite in a misunderstandable perspective. Feel me? You learn how to cater to the energies if you have a Mercury and Capricorn. Feel me? Learn how to get a little bit more dramatic, and dramatic in the bossy kind of mentality in a way where people can appreciate it. Now, some strict shit where you put the fire out by basically being too heavy. Now everybody can't eat their s'mores now because your ass is fucking going crazy. So just try to take a chill pill and relax. Feel me? Know how to blend the elements. Feel me? When the elements is not in that cater, learn how to cater more with these energies. This way you won't have to be too damn strict. This way you can open up your own shit and have everything flow out into your perspectives and narratives. But yeah, you gotta learn how to take the chill pill first. Then everything can play out to your perspective. Now, if you have Mercury and Leo in the 11th house, this is thinking dramatically about your associations and the people that you're associating and connecting with in unknown familiar places. See, you may not be believing into yourself in this perspective, but you need to learn how to believe more into yourself in these areas. You may be thinking or looking outside yourself to make people, help you or build you up. If you ain't building yourself up, everybody gonna steal your shine. Of course, you may be thinking very dramatically about that shit. You may be knowing about this shit, but it might come out and slip out in a very tongue-like manner with this perspective if you don't know how to basically cater to these energies. Also, stay in business, take the stand, take the stage right now. Feel me? Don't allow the associates or people that you're connecting with to take the stage all the damn time, and you'll be alright. Mercury and Leo and Aquarius I'm bugging. If you have Mercury in Aquarius, the way you think and communicate and analyze is that opposite with the world, with this Mercury and Leo energy. So you're going to be pretty much opposite when it comes to these energies. Now, if you, last but not least, have Mercury and Leo in the 12th house, this is thinking dramatically about your dreams, your fantasies, your imaginations, your illusions. You may be thinking your dreams ain't shit at this perspective or dramatizing about these things. No, get in your bag, get into your internal natures, and everything will be all right. If you have Mercury in Pisces, this is the dramatic, misunderstandable Jesus Christ figure. You'll be all right.